Hi, I'm Trey Smith, and this is Trey's Timeless 45 Minutes of Explain. Why most heroes and rescuers are self-possessed psychopaths, and how you have to learn to be your own hero and help yourself. Part 3. Is it the end or the beginning? How about another ending? About when you know true love is never ending. Me have come too far to give out who we are. I'll never give up the dream till I'm flying through the stars. It seems oneness everywhere, beaming we wear a need and care, peace and love, harmless fun and joy in there. So I'll spend the whole day funky. I'll spend the whole day stoned, acting silly like a monkey just to help me feel at home. I've got it all, 'cause I thought the fakest and cruelest gods of all. Satan and Lucifer's club and their minion slaves think they stole it all. So I'll spend the whole day funky. I'll spend the whole day stoned, acting silly like a monkey just to help my soul to feel at home in this body. Is it the end or the beginning? Are my family and friends gonna die of being so shuddy? To obey the dark cabal and let them inject self-replicating things in their body. Okay, so whose side are we on anyway? Okay, right now what we're going through is the ascension bifurcation. Those who don't respect you, those who don't truly love your essence, may just be going to the lower. Those who respect you, those who have respect for the essence of the Christ in all, may be going to the divine fifth dimensional side. It's really important to know the cognitive dissonance that cell phones create and how easily cell phone addiction and using them all the time and texting can hook you into the hive mind, the enslavement of the reptilian force, the service to self, stuck in survival, or just worried about gossip or whatever. So, the person I'm talking about in this video, I encourage, I invite them to think about paying that insane property tax every month is the same as principle as the people being coerced into taking the shot, because it's the same principle. Um, so to the man who's going into rehab today, I have to say, Jason, reframing alcoholism. So while you're going through this process of healing the physical addiction, I would say always remember how bad you felt on the hangover and how it was starting to destroy your health, your motor function, your delirium tremors, your ability to stand upright, and all those things. If you had gotten to that point, and how it started to impact you socially, how it might have been bringing in these astral parasites into your ego, and the spirits, I call them. And you know what, folks? I have to mention, I didn't even write it down because I didn't want to go into the dark that much. But the guy who was trying to invite me into a motel for 3 days, he was going to buy me a van and buy property and build a community with me. Who actually he's such a terribly tragic alcoholic in his 60s that he's been on welfare for decades, a grown daughter, and he turned himself into the Dominican hospital they sent him a letter later that said, "Well, we inoculated you with the shot, the COVID-19 vaccination, while you were passed out when you turned yourself in." And he asked me if he should sue them, and I said, "Well, if you get sick." But now this is what's happened is very predictable. He went from being ready to get property with me to then getting ready to get the land with me. But again, as I said, after a few beers, the spirits, he was totally incoherent. He didn't care. Till last night, I saw him, and he showed no. Perhaps when I told this other man who seemed to be on meth, that's banging on pots and pans and trying to live in the health food store, that I didn't like the entities, the spirits, but that I love him. And he, told him I said that because I told him that to his face too. But he showed no love to me at all. But I really think it's because of the growing inoculation pot colony. So it's really sad, but that really exemplifies again if this entity is in the hero that's in their subconscious, whether it was from alcoholism or egotism or whatever, abuse, psychological abuse, trauma. Trauma causes all narcissistic personality disorder, in case you didn't know. So these people find the full truth unacceptable. They have to save the day. And it's like, yeah, I was saying, I said in the last one, we have to start create systematic patterns that are not abusive, not traps, not demiurge traps. Think about when you think about Event 201, it's like Gargamel. When you think about the men who stare at goats being allowed to made into a movie, it's like, and the Smurfs, they would Gargamel would always give clues so that he could get defeated. Well, Bill Gates is no different. He's not. No one is 100% evil, and so the part of him, the tiny bit that's not hosted by or completely possessed by the reptilian, had to tell people in TED Talks that he intended to lower the population and so forth. So it's not, each hero that's possessed is going to let you know in one way or another, really, if you can see the clues. Again, the Matrix is they allow us to see the truth, but then those people have the operation. The black and white all or nothing thinking is competitive and satanic. I used to suffer from this as a younger man. It's all or nothing, and this channel is really helping me to put forth the work, even though it's imperfect, even though I'm putting it forth from a tent of the forest. Um, the signs of the fake hero are always slavery and ego, narcissism. The signs of the real Christ is always that it's harmless and encouraging freedom. Many people, such as anarchists or Buddhists, are actually real Christ conscious beings or Christians, but they don't know it because they encourage freedom and self-respect, discernment, and having personal sovereignty. Is hard work just for the little me, for example, being hooked on survival or hooked on, being a wage slave, or in my case, hooked on improving myself with a tiny audience, or at this point, or before this, reading self help books and existing, having just enough resources to exist and pay for my food and medicine and read self help books and meditate. Is that wrong? Like to put a comment if you think it's right or wrong. Let me know. Is being a happy monk or a spoiled hermit wrong? Well, my feeling is that all of these, as well as being greedy or being overly materialistic or having too much, it's all examples of demiurgic control. The demiurge controls you. You're pulled back into the reincarnation death trap. When we do our best, that's the embodiment of the Christ. When we consistently do our best every day and we're harmless and we don't have these blind spots that harm others inadvertently, then we're really embodying the Christ. These people that are your hero that actually scrape your ego or make you feel like a piece of crap or make you feel depressed or belittled because of a narcissistic parasite in their ego, they're not really heroes. They're going to cause you emotional suffering and harm, and it's really sinful and sad, and you just have to know the difference. And again, the only this is about 96% of your external exoteric heroes, whether it's religious or government or whoever. About 4% of them may be the ones that actually have equanimity. I said it before and I'll say it again. If they could treat you as an equal partner in the business or their family or the household, then maybe, okay? Otherwise, it's the tricksters and the trauma bonding, and it's just going to cause you more suffering, man. You're just going to have more pain, and because it's not really up to them to take care of you in the second coming, the ascension. It's up to you. It's your ignorance. It's your disrespect of your own essence that allows you to even think that it's not rude to let this person rescue you. To not to believe if they have NPD or if they're just a really good natured person that really seriously wants to help, if they have the dogma of religion, to just believe they're going to rescue you is just superficial, shallow, sad, pathetic on a certain level for yourself. And you can forgive them. You can forgive yourself. They can forgive me for making this video. It's no problem. However, I'm here to help you learn to help yourself as a true spiritual teacher. I'm not here to be a fake spiritual teacher. I'm not here to rescue you. I'm not here to give you a handout. I'm here to give you the tools to help you remember that you have the power. And my friend Nicholas said when somebody helped you and it comes to an end, you shouldn't complain. When I was trying to vent and use him as a listener to heal when they first forgot me, and I said, well, you're right. But this person says they're a Christian, and I want them to be a Christian for real. So drop comments about what you think about real Christians or Christ aware, Christ conscious beings, what the Christ is, and can you and will you reclaim your 7, your 12, your 15 chakras, your monad, whatever you believe it is? Can you reclaim this body, the spirits that speaks out of it, the essence from the embers? Can you blow on those embers till a fiery passion burns for the Christos within your heart, your crotch, your solar plexus, your third eye, your mouth, your throat chakra? Because speaking your truth is part of the path. Can you reclaim your psychic powers? Can you reclaim? Do you realize how all of my videos are connected and why? Do you realize that the teachings I've studied and put forth and shared here of shamanism, of discernment, of freedom, of anarchy, of independent research are all parts and parcels and keys to the queendom of heaven on earth, which is your full awareness of who you are. You realize that my audience is going to grow slowly because people don't want to do the work because they want to judge me as unworthy because I'm not a slave or I'm not putting forth energy into the Saturn cube hex system at this moment. Do you realize that it's wrong to judge somebody by how many material possessions they have, the color of their skin, their race, their amount of wisdom in one area or the other, or if they said something you don't like? Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Take what is accurate and reject the fake or the false. Or if you think I'm lying about something or simply giving you inaccurate information because I was told a fable, a fib, a myth. This is why it's Trey's Myths. I'm not here to tell you the truth. I'm here to give you my story, my version of truth, to explain what I think it might be, and to encourage you to think outside of the fake official narrative reality and to tell you there is no official reality. And I could say it on YouTube, and I live in a town, or I exist in a town where psilocybin by an African American mayor a couple years ago was decriminalized by a former UCSC professor here. Okay, so we're in the age of disclosure. We're in the age of awareness, and I encourage you to reclaim as much of your personal awareness and your identity as you are. Not this fake ID group, not this disability or letter group of cutting up your body or I only like this and I hate this, but your true original Christos identity. And I believe in you. I give thanks, many blessings, and one love. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Have a wonderful day or create a great one.